I always thought the pina colada was, well, kind of a simple vacation drink, but the research you sent me, fascinating.
Really?
Yeah. We got, let's see, Wikipedia, cocktail recipes, even that, catchy Escape song on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Turns out there's a whole lot more to this cocktail than I ever thought.
Absolutely. There's a whole world beyond that sort of carefree image, the one we usually think of, thanks to pop culture.
Right, exactly.
Ready to uncover the real story behind this iconic cocktail.
I am.
Okay, great.
Let's start with the name itself, Pina Colada. It just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
It does, and it actually gives us a clue about the drink's core ingredient.
Okay.
Pina colada actually means strained pineapple in Spanish.
Uh-huh.
So it instantly points us to the star of the show, right? Fresh pineapple juice.
So pineapple is key, but what about the drink's origins? I'm seeing some early mentions, like pineapple drinks in Puerto Rico, early 1900s. What can we learn from those?
Those early mentions, they give us glimpses into how the pina colada evolved.
Okay.
In 1922, Travel Magazine even had a pina colada recipe, featured Bacardi rum.
Wow.
And National Geographic referenced Pina Fria, which is cold pineapple, enjoyed in Puerto Rico in 1924.
Interesting.
So it seems like this love affair with pineapple drinks goes way back.
Yeah. There's also that legend about the pirate, Roberto Carresi, creating like a proto-pina colada for his crew back in the 19th century. Mm-hmm. Do you think there's any truth to that swashbuckling tale?
Well, while there's no written proof, I think the legend itself is telling. Yeah. It speaks to the romanticism surrounding the drink's origins, right? This idea of pirates and hidden treasures. Even without concrete evidence, the story adds a layer of intrigue to the pina colada's history.
Right, exactly. Now, fast forwarding to the 1950s, things get a bit more complicated. We have two locations in Puerto Rico, both claiming to have invented the modern pina colada. What's the story there?
It's a true cocktail conundrum.
Yeah.
So the Caribe Hilton Hotel claims Ramon Monchito Marrero, one of their bartenders, created the first pina colada in 1954. But their story takes an interesting turn.
Oh, what do you mean?
Marrero's original version was actually, get this, alcohol-free.
Really?
Yeah. It was a blend of coconut cream, pineapple juice, and vanilla ice cream.
Wow.
The rum was added later, which evolved into the cocktail we know today, and it seems even Hollywood took notice. Joan Crawford famously declared it better than slapping Bette Davis.
That's a pretty strong endorsement. But then we have the Barraquina restaurant with a completely different claim.
Yes, they say their bartender, Ramon Portes Minguet, invented the pina colada in 1963.
Okay.
Almost a decade later. They even have a marble plaque at the restaurant commemorating Minguet's claim. So who's right? It's hard to say for certain.
Yeah.
Both locations have their stories and evidence. Makes it a delicious mystery for cocktail enthusiasts.
Whether it's Marrero or Mingo, there's one ingredient that seems to have played a crucial role in the pina colada's rise to fame. Coco Lopez, cream of coconut.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Coco Lopez, invented in the late 1940s by Ramon Lopez Irizarry, a professor at the University of Puerto Rico, completely changed the game.
Wow.
It's fascinating how a seemingly simple innovation like creme of coconut can give birth to a classic cocktail.
Yeah.
Without Coco Lopez, the pina colada as we know it might not exist.
That's amazing. Now, for the part I'm most excited about, the recipes. We've got a range of them here, from the classic to some interesting variations. Let's start with the traditional recipe. What are we working with?
Okay, the classic pina colada, the one often attributed to Ramon Monchito Marrero, is a simple yet elegant blend of white rum, cream of coconut, pineapple juice, and ice. You can blend it for a frozen consistency or shake it with ice and strain it for a smoother texture. The choice is yours.
But we also have a recipe from the kitchen that takes a slightly different approach. What makes their version unique?
They opt for frozen pineapple chunks instead of fresh juice.
Oh, okay.
This not only intensifies the pineapple flavor, but also creates a naturally thicker texture. And instead of the traditional cream of coconut, they use natural coconut cream.
I'm guessing that impacts the flavor quite a bit.
You bet. It creates a more authentic, less sugary coconut flavor and avoids that artificial tanning oil taste some cream of coconut brands have. It's a healthier, more natural take on the classic.
And then there's the Caribe Hilton's 70th anniversary menu, which features some truly creative pina colada variations. What caught your eye?
two variations in particular. First, there's their spicy pina colada.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, it incorporates Ancherez Verde liqueur, a Mexican spirit with a smoky chili pepper flavor, definitely for those who like a bit of a kick.
Ooh, I love a little heat.
Yeah. And the other one is the sparkling pina colada. Yeah. They add Prosecco and an Italian sparkling wine for a touch of effervescence and lightness.
Okay.
It's perfect for those who prefer a more elegant and celebratory take on the classic.
So it seems there's a pina colada out there for every taste, from the traditional to the adventurous.
Exactly. The range of recipes highlights the pina colada's versatility. It can be dressed up or down, adapted, tweaked to suit different preferences. But before we dive deeper into the world of pina colada recipes, there's one more aspect we need to address.
You're talking about the elephant in the room, right? The escape song and its impact on the pina colada's image.
Precisely. That song cemented the pina colada as a somewhat cheesy vacation drink, almost a cliche.
Yeah.
Let's explore how the drink has evolved beyond that stereotype.
Sounds like we have a lot more to unpack.
Yeah.
Stay with us.
Yeah, definitely.
Welcome back. Before the break, we were about to delve into that escape song's impact on the pina colada. It definitely painted the drink in a certain light, didn't it?
Yeah. The pina colada song, it undoubtedly contributed to the drink's image as a bit, cheesy, even trashy vacation indulgence.
But despite that, the pina colada remains incredibly popular. Why do you think that is? What is it about this drink that continues to capture people's imaginations?
Well, for starters, it's simply a delicious combination of flavors. The sweet pineapple, creamy coconut, and the kick of rum create a truly satisfying sensory experience.
Yeah.
Especially on a hot day, that blend of flavors just screams tropical getaway.
Yeah. It's funny, even if you're miles away from a beach, just holding a pina colada can evoke that feeling of escape. It's like a mini vacation in a glass.
Precisely. And beyond the taste, there's also the ease of preparation. Whether you're a seasoned mixologist or just whipping something up at home, the pina colada is remarkably accessible. You don't need any fancy equipment or techniques to make a pretty decent version.
While I do love those fancy hotel versions with all the garnishes and flair, there's something to be said for the simplicity of the pina colada. Anyone can enjoy it.
And I think that accessibility contributes to its enduring appeal. It's not an intimidating drink to order or make, which makes it perfect for a wide range of occasions.
You mentioned the taste and the accessibility. Is there anything else that contributes to the pina colada's staying power?
I think we have to acknowledge the power of pop culture. While the pina colada song might be seen as cheesy by some, it undeniably etched the drink into our collective consciousness. Love it or hate it, that song made the pina colada instantly recognizable worldwide.
Yeah, you're right. It's hard to deny the song's impact on the drink's image, but I'm also seeing a shift in how the pina colada is being perceived, especially in the cocktail world.
You're referring to what some call conscious cocktailing.
Right, exactly. Some of our sources, like this article about the evolution of the pina colada, highlight this movement towards healthier and more sustainable cocktail choices. What's interesting is how they're applying this concept to a classic like the pina colada.
It's a great example of how even the most traditional cocktails can adapt to changing times and consumer preferences. For instance, there's the La Guayabera, which swaps some of the pineapple for guava, known for its antioxidant properties, and the trade winds incorporates lemon balm, which is said to have calming effects.
These are fascinating examples of how bartenders are taking a classic and elevating it, both in terms of flavor and health consciousness.
And then there are the sustainability efforts, like the Pina Natura, which utilizes leftover pineapple and dairy products, and the Mia Colada, which champions locally sourced rum.
It's encouraging to see the pina colada being reimagined with these modern sensibilities. It suggests a promising future for the drink.
Absolutely. This willingness to experiment and innovate ensures that the pina colada remains relevant and appealing to a wider audience. It's no longer just a sweet, indulgent treat, but can also be a mindful and sustainable choice.
Speaking of these variations, let's explore some pina colada recipes in detail, starting with the classic. What are the key elements that make the traditional recipe so enduring?
The classic pina colada, often attributed to Ramon Monchito Morero, hinges on the balance of its 4 core ingredients. White rum, cream of coconut, pineapple juice, and ice. The rum provides the alcoholic kick, while the pineapple juice brings the tropical sweetness and tartness.
And the cream of coconut is what gives it that signature creamy texture, right?
Exactly. It adds richness and a luscious mouthfeel, creating that delightful contrast with the tangy pineapple and the potent rum. And of course, ice is essential for chilling the drink and achieving the desired consistency, whether you're blending it into a frozen delight or shaking it for a smoother, more sophisticated texture.
It's amazing how those 4 simple ingredients, when combined in the right proportions, create such an iconic and beloved cocktail. Now, the kitchen recipe we mentioned earlier takes a slightly different approach. What's the thinking behind their choice to use frozen pineapple and natural coconut cream?
Using frozen pineapple chunks instead of fresh juice serves a dual purpose. First, it intensifies the pineapple flavor, making it more pronounced. Second, it naturally thickens the drink, eliminating the need for additional ice, which can dilute the flavors as it melts.
So it's a clever way to boost both the flavor and the texture.
Precisely.
Yeah.
As for the natural coconut cream, it's about achieving a cleaner, less processed coconut flavor. Many commercial cream of coconut brands can be overly sweet and have an artificial aftertaste that some find reminiscent of tanning oil.
Oh, I see what they mean by that.
By opting for natural coconut cream, the kitchen recipe aims for a more authentic, nuanced coconut flavor that complements the pineapple and rum without overpowering them. It's a subtle but significant difference.
And it aligns with that conscious cocktailing trend we were discussing earlier, doesn't it? Using natural ingredients and reducing added sugar.
Exactly. It shows that even a classic cocktail like the Pina Colada can be adapted to fit a more health-conscious approach without sacrificing flavor. And then we have the Caribe Hilton's anniversary menu, which takes the Pina Colada in a completely different direction, with its spicy and sparkling variations.
Let's talk about those. The spicy pina colada sounds particularly intriguing. What makes it so unique?
It's all about that unexpected kick of heat. They incorporate Anchoreas Verde liqueur, a Mexican spirit made with poblano cheese. It brings a smoky, earthy spiciness that contrasts beautifully with the sweetness of the pineapple and coconut.
Wow, that's a flavor combination I wouldn't have thought of.
It's definitely, for those who like a bit of adventure in their cocktails,
yeah.
The spiciness adds a whole new dimension to the pina colada, making it more complex and intriguing.
And then there's the sparkling pina colada, which sounds perfect for a special occasion.
Absolutely. By adding prosecco and an Italian sparkling wine, they introduce a touch of effervescence and lightness to the drink. The bubbles create a playful texture, and the dry, crisp notes of the prosecco cut through the sweetness of the cocktail, resulting in a more balanced and refreshing experience.
So we have spicy, sparkling. It seems like the possibilities for pina colada variations are endless. What other innovative twists on this classic have you come across?
I've seen some bartenders experimenting with different types of rum, such as aged rum or spiced rum, to add complexity and depth of flavor. Others are incorporating fruits like mango, passion fruit, or even guava to create unique flavor profiles that still retain the essence of the pina colada.
And what about garnishes? Are there any interesting trends there?
Absolutely. Gone are the days of the simple pineapple wedge. We're seeing more elaborate garnishes like toasted coconut flakes, edible flowers, and even miniature skewers of grilled pineapple or pineapple-infused spices.
It's amazing how something as simple as a garnish can elevate the visual appeal and enhance the overall drinking experience. It shows how much creativity and artistry goes into modern cocktail making.
And speaking of artistry, I think the pina colada's enduring popularity speaks volumes about its ability to transcend trends and appeal to a wide range of tastes. It's a cocktail that can be both nostalgic and innovative, familiar, and surprising.
It's a true testament to the power of a well-crafted cocktail to transport us, to evoke memories and to create new experiences. So after all this talk about the pina colada's history and how it's evolved, I'm actually kind of feeling inspired to try making one. Where do we even begin?
Well, as with any culinary adventure, the best place to start is with the classic recipe. It's like learning the basic chords before you you improvise a jazz solo.
Yeah, you're right. The classic is a great foundation. Can you walk us through it? What makes that traditional recipe so special?
The classic pina colada, the one often attributed to Ramon Manchito Marrero, it hinges on the balance of its four core ingredients.
Yep.
White rum, cream of coconut, pineapple juice, and ice. The rum provides the alcoholic kick, while the pineapple juice brings the tropical sweetness and tartness.
And the cream of coconut is what gives it that signature creamy texture, right?
Exactly. It adds richness and a luscious mouthfeel, creating that delightful contrast with the tangy pineapple and the potent rum. And of course, ice is essential for chilling the drink and achieving the desired consistency, whether you're blending it into a frozen delight or shaking it for a smoother, more sophisticated texture.
It's amazing how those four simple ingredients, when combined in the right proportions, create such an iconic and beloved cocktail. Now, the kitchen recipe we mentioned earlier takes a slightly different approach. What's the thinking behind their choice to use frozen pineapple and natural coconut cream?
Using frozen pineapple chunks instead of fresh juice, it serves a dual purpose. First, it intensifies that pineapple flavor, makes it more pronounced. Second, it naturally thickens the drink, eliminating the need for additional ice, which can dilute the flavors as it melts.
So it's a clever way to boost both the flavor and the texture.
Precisely. As for the natural coconut cream, it's about achieving a cleaner, less processed coconut flavor. Many commercial cream of coconut brands can be overly sweet and have an artificial aftertaste. Some find it reminiscent of tanning oil.
Oh, I see what they mean by that.
By opting for natural coconut cream, the kitchen recipe aims for a more authentic, nuanced coconut flavor that complements the pineapple and the rum without overpowering them. It's a subtle but significant difference.
And it aligns with that conscious cocktailing trend we were discussing, right?
Yeah.
Using natural ingredients and reducing added sugar.
Exactly. It shows that even a classic cocktail like the Pina Colada can be adapted to fit a more health-conscious approach without sacrificing flavor. And then we have the Caribbean Hilton's anniversary menu, which takes the Pina Colada in a completely different direction with its spicy and sparkling variations.
Let's talk about those. The spicy Pina Colada sounds particularly intriguing. What makes it so unique?
It's all about that unexpected kick of heat. They incorporate Ancho Reyes Verde liqueur. It's a Mexican spirit made with poblano chiles. It brings a smoky, earthy spiciness that contrasts beautifully with the sweetness of the pineapple and the coconut.
Wow, that's a flavor combination I wouldn't have thought of.
It's definitely for those who like a bit of adventure in their cocktails. The spiciness adds a whole new dimension to the pina colada, making it more complex and intriguing.
And then there's the sparkling pina colada, which sounds perfect for a special occasion.
Absolutely. By adding Prosecco and an Italian sparkling wine, they introduce a touch of effervescence and lightness to the drink. The bubbles create a playful texture, and the dry, crisp notes of the Prosecco cut through the sweetness of the cocktail, resulting in a more balanced and refreshing experience.
So we have spicy, we have sparkling. It seems like the possibilities for pina colada variations are pretty much endless. What other innovative twists on this classic have you come across?
Oh, I've seen some bartenders experimenting with different types of rum, like aged rum or spiced rum to add complexity and depth of flavor. Others are incorporating fruits like mango, passion fruit, or even guava to create unique flavor profiles that still retain the essence of the pina colada.
And what about garnishes? Any interesting trends there?
Oh, absolutely. Gone are the days of the simple pineapple wedge. We're seeing more elaborate garnishes like toasted coconut flakes, edible flowers, and even miniature skewers of grilled pineapple or pineapple infused with spices.
It's amazing how something as simple as a garnish can elevate the visual appeal and enhance the overall drinking experience. It shows how much creativity and artistry goes into modern cocktail making.
And speaking of artistry, I think the Pina Colada's enduring popularity speaks volumes about its ability to transcend trends and appeal to a wide range of tastes. It's a cocktail that can be both nostalgic and innovative, familiar, and surprising.
It's a true testament to the power of a well-crafted cocktail to transport us, to evoke memories, and to create new experiences. So as we wrap up our deep dive here, what's the one thing you hope our listeners take away from this exploration of the Pina Colada?
I hope they realize that there's more to this cocktail than meets the eye. It's not just a sweet tropical drink, but a beverage with a rich history, a fascinating evolution, and a future brimming with possibilities. And perhaps most importantly, I hope they're inspired to try making their own pina colada, whether it's the classic recipe or a creative twist. There's no wrong way to enjoy this iconic cocktail.
I couldn't agree more. It's been a real pleasure exploring the world of the pina colada with you. Cheers to this endlessly fascinating cocktail. I